Diplomat, and I now give the floor to the representative of Sierra Leone.
Thank you, Madam President. I thank you for convening this emergency meeting of the Security Council. At the outset, Sierra Leone unequivocally deplores the unlawful use of force in contravention of the Charter of the United Nations. We deeply regret the seeming reversion to a period when a state can unilaterally resort to the use of force against another state in clear breach of the Charter and international law without consequence. For small states, this is deeply troubling, a deeply troubling trend which poses grave risk to international peace and security and must be firmly rejected. Turning to our agenda, I thank Under-Secretary General Rosemary DiCarlo and Director General Rafael Grossi for their important briefing. We express grave alarm over the recent report of military strikes by the State of Israel against the territory of the Islamic Republic of Iran, including strikes on or near sensitive nuclear facilities, including the main Natanz nuclear facility. We are deeply troubled by the loss of life, as according to report, the strikes killed senior Iranian officials, nuclear scientists, and civilians. This development represents a dangerous escalation at a time when the Middle East is already facing multiple and overlapping crises. The region, in our view, is at a precipice, and this moment calls for restraint, responsibility, and diplomacy. We note with deep concern the letter dated 13 June 2025 from the Permanent Representative of Iran, issued as document S/2025/379, which brings to the attention of the Council very serious report of violations of the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Iran. Any such use of force, especially across international borders, raises significant concerns under international law, including the Charter of the United Nations, which prohibits the threat or use of force against the territorial integrity or political independence of any state. We are further troubled by the potential implications of military operations affecting nuclear facilities. As Director General Grossi of IAEA has previously cautioned, any military action targeting or threatening nuclear facilities poses severe risk to human lives, the environment, and regional security. Attacks on nuclear installations could have catastrophic consequences far beyond the region. Sierra Leone fully aligns with the call by the UN Secretary General for de-escalation, dialogue, and the exercise of maximum restraint. This is a time for diplomacy, not confrontation. We urge all parties to step back from the edge and to recommit to diplomatic channels as the only viable path towards durable peace and stability. Madam President, the Middle East has long been plagued by cycles of conflict and mistrust. But history has also shown that bold diplomacy, even in the most difficult moment, can yield hope. We therefore call for an immediate cessation of hostile actions and urge the revival of regional and international efforts aimed at de-escalation and mutual security assurances. In this regard, Sierra Leone reiterates its long-standing position that the only path to lasting peace in the region lies in good faith negotiation based on international law and the principles of the UN Charter. We reaffirm the sovereignty and territorial integrity of all states in the region and underscore the need to avoid provocations and retaliatory measures that may trigger wider regional conflagration. We also express our support for the important work of the IAEA in monitoring nuclear programs and ensuring peaceful use of nuclear energy. The independence and impartiality of the agency must be respected by all member states. In this critical time, full cooperation with the IAEA is essential to prevent further erosion of trust and to safeguard against nuclear proliferation. The international community cannot afford to allow further escalation. The cost in human life, environmental degradation, economic disruption, and regional instability will be incalculable. This is a moment of truth for this Council to assert its collective responsibility in upholding peace and security. Therefore, we call on global leaders and states with influence to emphasize the need for non-military approaches at this time and to promote dialogue, particularly through the IAEA, as the international technical institution entrusted with overseeing the peaceful use of nuclear energy. We reaffirm the Security Council's responsibility to promote de-escalation and preserve international peace and security through peaceful and lawful means. We call on all members of the Council to work constructively towards a consensus response that reaffirms our shared commitment to the principles of the UN Charter, especially the peaceful resolution of dispute. In closing, Madam President, Sierra Leone urges all concerned parties to take a step back, to de-escalate, and to return to the table of dialogue. The world is watching, and history will judge the choices to be made in this defining moment. Finally, on the broader question of peace in the Middle East, Sierra Leone expresses its regret over the announcement of the postponement of the planned high-level conference on Palestine and the two-state solution as a result of the recent strikes. We hope that the conference will be reconvened at the earliest opportunity and as a crucial step towards advancing a just and lasting peace. I thank you.
I thank the representative of Sierra Leone for his